we're going to drive into low cost. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something that has revolutionised my thinking in regards to the way you do marketing. This is something that if I knew as much as I know now, we would have applied a lot of this in Harvey Norman. And Harvey Norman now, we consult to them, are now looking at this because they realise that generating leads is not the answer. They realise that there is so much commoditisation that doing another ad is not the answer. Because they realise the cost of acquisition is becoming so high, the differentiation is becoming so difficult to do, that everyone just sees them as a product pusher. Now, what I'm suggesting is that if you have a look on page 38, there are basically 5 major ways to build your business. This is a formula. We're going left brain here. The first way is there are 5 variables. If you look at the first column on the left-hand side, number 1 is leads. Does everybody know what a lead is? Okay, lead is a prospect, not a customer. A customer has to go ka-ching through the register of some nature. Okay, so effectively, the first way to build your business from a marketing perspective is to generate leads. The next way is to improve your conversion rate. Now, let me stop here. If you don't know what your conversion rate is, how can you improve it? You live in fantasy, it's called Disneyland. So I'm suggesting that the way to improve anything is what you will expect you'll improve. Now, I get business owners, they come to me, our conversion rate's 80%, let's say. Wow. I've never seen 80%. Can we trial it? 1 week. He goes, yeah, no worries. Me, big Tarzan, super business. I said, sure, 80%, good. Put a little store counter, it was a retail store. We put a little door thing that measures doors. We checked it by the cash register at the end of each day. So you actually do one against the other, do the number of transactions by the number of people who walk in. You know what it was? 18%. I was excited. The owner was disappointed. I said, no, let's celebrate. Because the only way, you have got a great business. Your business is not generating more leads. You know what your business is about? Man, I'm telling you, you just got to fix up your conversion rate. You'll be brilliant. That was a revelation to him because he wanted to spend more money on advertising. I said, what's the point of advertising more if you can't actually turn a prospect into a customer because you don't have a system for that? You might as well just burn $20 bills. Next one. Now, if my leads times my conversion rate equals my number of customers, which it does, and my number of customers times my number of transactions, and you can see that, we're actually, where are we? 37, okay, 37. So you can actually, it's actually 37, I've just gone 1 page. My leads times my conversion rate equals my number of customers. My number of transactions, which is how often they buy, times my average dollar sale equals my turnover. And then the last variable in making up this business is margin. Now let's just assume in this business, let's put some hard statistics next to it. Let's go left brain. Let's prove the principle of how you would build a business using all 5 variables at the same time. Let's just say that in this business, we had a business where there were 4,000 leads entering this business each month. In this business, there was a conversion rate that 1 out of every 4 would turn to a customer. We knew that in this business, the number of transactions was 2 because they had some mechanism of knowing how often they bought. Now, in a business-to-business, that's account management. right? In a retail business, that could be a loyalty card. Let's just say that the average dollar sale was 100, and let's say the turnover was 200,000 and the margin was 30%. Let's just say that the entire business had a profitability of $60,000. Let's just say that all that the owner did, all the marketing and sales team did, is operated on all those 5 variables at the same time. Said what we're going to do is we're actually going to we're going to improve all those 5 variables at the same time. What would happen to the business? You can see by the third column that the business's gross profit would go from $60,000 to $97,000. A 61% improvement. But it gets better. Look at the next page. What would happen if I did a 20% improvement? What would happen to my business if I was able to do that? And I did a 20% increase on all of those 5 variables at the same time, I would get a 149% increase in gross profit. And then if I doubled it, let's get out there. My business would grow from a gross profit perspective by 3,200%. My profit, which was $60,000, is now gone to $1.92 million. The reason it works is that it's exactly the same reason that one of the greatest wealth creation strategies you can give to a 16-year-old is save 10% of whatever you make for the rest of your life and you'll be a millionaire. Why? Because it compounds upon itself. So what we're doing is we're operating on 5 things compounding in each other, and those 5 things have a synergistic approach to growth. Now, so I've been looking at that and I'm going, okay, if I was to rate them and I didn't have a lot of money, which area, and I wanted to get the greatest return at the moment, I wanted to hit traction, and I didn't want to spend any money, or I wanted to spend a little bit of money. Which of those 5 would I be working on straight away? Anyone have a guess? Conversion would be number 1. You know what would be number 2? Average dollar sale. Okay? You know what average dollar sale is? The upsell, the cross-sell. It's building up the business. That would be number 2. Number 3, who wants to have a go with number 3? Margin, I'd say margin. Number 4, to me, number of transactions, and number 5 would be leads. Because I don't want to spend a whole lot of money, and I want to make sure I've got a great engine before I spend that money. So that's just a very simple principle.